They seemed to come out of nowhere.
No way. Yes way.
They were larger than life.
Look at the size of you two.
Two bodybuilders that took Hollywood by storm.
Who is it?
They were known as the Barbarian Brothers. Fraternal twins David and Peter Paul were born in Hartford, Connecticut in 1957. And although life was relatively simple, the twins often found their share of trouble. David, especially, was teased for being dumb and constantly fighting. They later discovered he and Peter were severely dyslexic. Both brothers excelled in football and wrestling, but what they really loved was lifting weights.
Cool!
In 1977, the brothers opened a gym in Narragansett, Rhode Island. David once said, "The mirrors all came from men's rooms at the University of Rhode Island. All we did was lift." Soon the brothers were creating a following. In May of 1979, after encouragement from one of Gold's Gym's new owners, pro bodybuilder Pete Grimkowski, whom they met at a New York bodybuilding contest, the duo moved across the country to the opposite coast to Los Angeles.
Stop! The G-forces are killing me!
There they created their signature look. David recalls, "We had the jeans, the boots, the flannel shirts, and the headbands. We pulled up together on a motorcycle the first day and people stared at us as if we were Martians." What got the twins noticed was their strength, those 500-pound bench presses, which they could do with a reverse grip, 365-pound presses behind the neck. By the early 1980s, with Arnold's Conan the Barbarian on the way, the Paul twins became the Barbarians, or the Barbarian Brothers. And that's what the press ran with. This crazy training got them on the cover of magazines, and soon Hollywood took notice. In 1986, the Paul twins journeyed to Italy to star in a cheap Conan knockoff titled simply The Barbarians. "We got there a month early to train and sword fight," said David, "and to ride horses, so we looked good at what we were doing."
It's me! Kocek, your brother!
It was a blast riding horses. Italy is amazing, the food, the culture, the people. What a beautiful country. That was the most fun movie we did, by far. After this movie, their careers took off fast. They made Twin Sitter, Double Trouble, and Think Big. 3 films that showcased their crazy comedic antics.
Come on, let's go, let's go!
It's difficult to know how much of what the Barbarian Brothers actually said was true. They seemed to have an endless stream of outrageous stories. They once said that they each ate 36 eggs a day and sometimes puked them from the balcony of their Venice, California apartment, to the horror of people on the street below. "We would always do the things people were afraid to do, but we did it," David boasted. "We ate every half hour, 7,000 calories per day."
Don't you ever swallow?
Their comedic talents also showed up on the big screen, as they would often add their own style of humor to many scenes in The Barbarians. After his film career, David Paul reinvented himself as a photographer. "My mother understood my learning disability," David said. "She pushed me towards the arts. I spent a lot of time in art galleries. She got me a camera at 13, and I developed pictures in the basement. I was always doing art. I had a mother who understood." David later returned to Rhode Island and lived with a Great Dane in a 2-story barn, circa 1820, which he had repurposed into a stunning home. "It was always my dream to live in a barn and create this ancient-looking place with a clean, modern feel," David said in 2019. Sadly, David Paul died in his sleep on March 6, 2020. 2 days before his 63rd birthday. Today you can find Peter Paul living in the East Coast, where he converted an old church into his home. Beginning around 2009, videos of him hanging around the University of Rhode Island appeared online. From his erratic behavior and incoherent ramblings, it was clear that he was a bit eccentric and possibly in need of mental health care. David Paul made a dreamlike movie about his brother Peter's mental struggles titled Faith Street Corner Tavern, 2013, which played at film festivals but was never released. Peter once said, "Bodybuilders have a very rigid approach to things, and we're outcasts in that world because we've done things our own way. We ate junk food, trained on heavy weights, and wore earrings and work boots instead of sneakers." One of our goals was to change people's preconceptions about bodybuilders. They certainly did that. However, and whatever you think of the Barbarian Brothers, one thing is true: 2 young brothers from Connecticut, with the odds stacked against them, went on to become international movie stars. They didn't do it by selling out, they didn't do it by conforming to the norms of the day. They did it by sheer determination and by being true to themselves. And in a world ruled by conformity, the Barbarian Brothers were ahead of their time. If you liked the video, then why not give it a thumbs up and subscribe to get on board the love train of mystery and nostalgia.
I want the rain. I don't like the rain. I don't like the rain. Good. I like the rain better.
Can I be your star tonight? You fill my soul with light the day we met. I don't wanna leave your side, no. Have me by your side.